I told that Java is a purely object-oriented language. Okay. So here what happens, object-oriented is nothing but we are having some of the features of it. Whichever the language we say like it is an object-oriented language means it should satisfy all these features. Okay. That is encapsulation, polymorphism, inheritance, abstraction, classes and objects. So whichever the language which satisfies all these features is called as object-oriented language.
Okay.
So today we'll see how this Java is going to satisfy these features one by one.
Okay. So is Java the only object-oriented language right now in market, or is there any other language similar to Java which is also object-oriented?
Yeah, we are having some other languages as well. Okay.
Okay.
All the high-level languages will be object-oriented languages.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So here we'll start with the basic, that is about classes and objects. Okay, class is nothing but a template or a blueprint, I can say, using which we are going to create a similar type of objects. So class is going to act like a data type. Using the data type, we can create different type of objects or elements, we can say. Okay. And object is nothing but it is an instance of a class, as you know about this. Okay. So let's just take this example. This is the blueprint, what I said. So this I can consider it as a class. Using this model, I'm going to generate a different type of cars with different features. Okay. In this car, some extra features might be added. The color might be different. Okay. The way it looks might be different. Okay. But the basic concept like upping, brake, having 4 wheels, so all those things are going to be same. Okay. Apart from that, we can add some additional features to it. So this I can call it as this model, I can call it as a class. Okay. And this I can call it as different instances of this model, that is object.
Okay.
So this is just a real-time example. So usually what object is going to contain means it is going to have some identity, that is it is going to have a name. Okay, like if I'm going to take that truck example itself, it is going to have a registration number which is going to be unique. So you can uniquely identify each vehicle, right, by the registration number. So like that each object is going to have a unique name. And similarly, they are also going to have a state and behavior. What do you mean by state means the data, okay, what data, what element values it is holding, that is going to be considered as a state of the object. Your object can have data and behavior is nothing but methods. Okay. So in a class we are going to have the variables and methods. Okay, so here variable values are considered as a state of the object. Okay, and methods are considered as the behavior of the object. Okay, so if I'm going to take the real-time example itself, so the current gear of the truck, okay, in which it is, that indicates the state of the truck. Okay, so like moving forward or moving backward, taking the reverse, all these things. So these are going to indicate its behavior, what it can do. Okay, like that. So this is just a real-time example. Again, we will be seeing in detail further. First, let's start with the classes. So this is how your class syntax is going to look like. So which is going to have a modifier, access modifier, and the class is the result keyword, class name. So it is going to have a block, opening and closing brace, within which we are going to have a lot of fields. Okay, what fields we are having? The attribute declaration is nothing but the variable declaration. Constructor declaration we are going to have, and method declarations we are going to have. Okay. So you can see this example here. So this indicates the access modifiers. We are having 4 different types of access modifiers. We will be seeing about all those 4 things at the end of this chapter. And this is the class, that is the result keyword, and this is the name of the class. You can give any name here. So within this block, okay, we are just declaring one variable here.
Okay.
So this is going to be my variable name, and this is the data type, and this is the access modifier for that variable.
Okay.
Okay. And this is my method. Okay. So this is the access modifier of the method. This is the return type of the method, name of the method, and this entire thing constitutes the parameters, okay, in this brace. So we are having a single parameter, that is a variable which is of data type double. This is the variable name. Okay.
So
and it is,
yeah, can be used for variables as well as for the method name or anything. Like you can use for the class public.
Pardon?
And for public class, I mean the access modifier can be used for both class as well as variables and methods for all.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay.
So we will see about that, where and all which access modifiers can be used with which type.
Okay.
So you are correct. So access modifiers can be used with class, variables and methods, but not all access modifiers are used with class. Okay. Only 2 are supported. Which are supported, how they are going to be supported, everything we will see in detail.
Okay.
Okay. So here just consider this is my class, inside which I am having one attribute declaration, and it is the method declaration. Regarding constructor also we will see, okay, in the further slides.
Okay.
So this is the syntax of the attribute, that is the modifier, access modifier, the data type, the name of the variable, okay, and optionally you can initialize it with the value at the same line, okay, or else you can just declare it. Consider this example. I'm just declaring a variable, I'm not initializing it here.
Okay.
That is also allowed, or else you can also initialize this variable.
Okay, in one statement itself you can.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So if you are doing it like this, just declaration is done here, then you can initialize this variable in somewhere else.
Oh, okay.
Okay, in the further lines.
Equal to, okay, you can give a value. Okay.
So there are 3 types of variables actually. One is local variable, instance variables, and class or static variables. Okay. So I'll explain it through an example. Consider this class here. Okay. So it is having this much of scope. Opening brace and closing brace constitute the scope of the class. Okay. So these are my variables. Okay. And these are my methods.
Okay.
This is one method, this is another method, this is another method. Okay. So here local variable is nothing but a variable which is declared inside a method.
Okay.
Okay. So this is my method. Inside this method, okay, this is the scope of the method, opening and closing brace. Okay. Inside this method I am declaring a variable. This is called as local variable.
Okay.
Okay. And the scope of this local variable is limited only to this method.
Okay.
We cannot access this variable outside this method.
Okay.
So up to this point it is visible. After that this A is not going to be visible. So that is your local variable.
Okay.
And instance or class variable is nothing but a variable which is declared inside a class, okay, but outside any method. So these are the variables which I have declared inside the class.
Okay. Okay.
But outside these methods are called as variables here.
Okay. What variables again they are called?
Class.
Class variables.
Yes.
Okay.
Class or instance variables.
Instance variables. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, both are same. Okay. So, I mean, these are called as instance variables. Okay. I'll explain you about the class variable. Okay.
Okay.
First, understand about this instance variable. Okay.
Okay.
So instance variable is nothing but a variables which are declared inside the class but outside any method. Okay, that is called as instance variables.
Okay.
Now coming to your class or static variables, this one. Okay, a variable which is declared inside a class but outside any method. Okay, and it is also going to be preceded with static keyword.
Okay.
Okay, that we call it as class variables or static variables.
Okay.
Okay.
What does static mean again? Is it
Yeah.
not giving any value, or its value shouldn't change, something like that? Static.
I'll explain you. Static is nothing but this variable is going to be related with the class.
Okay.
Okay. First understand a single class can create any number of objects. There is no restriction. Okay. So each object is going to have a copy of these variables, instance variables.
Okay.
Okay. So they can do anything with these variables. They are going to have a separate copy. Okay, if one object like just consider an example like object is like a person.
Okay.
Okay, so we are just giving separate different papers for each person.
Okay.
Okay, so each person is having a separate paper. In that paper, they can write out anything that is not going to be visible to any other persons.
Okay.
Okay, so these are the copy which we are giving for each object.
No.
So they can assign any value to it. That is not going to be affected to other objects' values.
Okay.
So this is how your instance variable is going to work. Understanding, right? Are you having any doubts here?
Yeah, can you repeat that again?
Yeah. Okay. Here, for your understanding purpose, I'm just writing it in the sentence, okay?
Okay.
So just consider this is a class, okay? Just let me name it as class test, okay? So I'm having 3 objects for test, okay? I can write here as object 1, okay? How to create this and all we'll see in the further slides, okay? Don't worry. So now I'm just telling like I'm creating 3 objects of a class.
Okay.
Okay. So this class is having, okay, 3 variables here.
Okay.
Okay. So now each object, okay, is going to have a copy of these variables.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, like this. So each object is going to have a copy.
Yeah.
So here, if one object is going to assign, say, 10. I mean, it is a string, right? So
Yes.
it can assign some value.
Yeah.
And here, it can assign some integer value. So similarly, here color, string value.
Yeah.
Okay, yellow, orange, anything it can be. Okay. So here in object 2, it is going to assign something else. What it can assign? Just take some name. Okay. So here it assigns some other value. Okay. And here it might assign some other. Okay, like that. So each object is going to have a different values for these variables. So this value is not going to affect these values.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
they are going to be entirely different.
Okay, okay.
Okay. So this is about instance variable. Okay, but if I'm going to consider a static variable, okay, then this static variable is like a global variable, means it is going to be shared by all the objects.
Okay, okay.
Okay. So if any one of the object, if object 1 changes this value to 3, then everyone is going to see the same value here.
Okay, okay.
Then if object 2 tries this and changes this value to 5, so this is going to be visible to all the objects. Okay, like that. So it is shared. Like single paper we are giving for 3 persons. If one person writes something into that paper, that is going to be visible to everyone.
Okay, okay.
These are like giving different papers to each person.
Okay.
Okay, it's their personal copy, like that.
Okay.
So the scope of this instance variable, okay, is limited to the object's lifetime.
Okay.
Until this object exists, these variables are going to be existed with this.
Okay.
Until this object exists, these variables are existed with this.
Okay.
Okay, that. But the scope of the static variable, okay, is limited to the class. Until the class exists, this is going to be existed.
Okay.
Okay. After you exit from the class, after you exit from the program, then only the scope of it is going to be closed.
Okay.
Okay. The lifetime, like that.
Okay.
So local variables, as I told, the scope is limited only to that particular method I told.
Okay.
Okay, like that. So you understood about local variables, static or class variables and instance variables, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Got it. Yeah.
Next, coming to the final fields. First, we'll see about the attributes itself. Okay. So final field is nothing but a variable. Okay. This is a variable declaration assigned with some value here. Okay. And we are just preceding it with final keyword. It is a reserved keyword.
Okay.
So which says that once the value is assigned to this variable, that is going to be fixed. You cannot change it further.
Okay. Okay.
Usually what happens, if you are writing some value here, okay, just consider, okay, so I'm just going to write here int a is equals to 10, okay, and I'm going to perform something, okay, some logic I'm going to perform. After some of the lines, I may reassign it to point to 50.
Okay.
That is possible.
Okay.
Okay. But if you make it as final here, okay, then this is not allowed.
Okay. Okay.
The value of it is going to be constant.
Okay. But if I use some arithmetic operation for that, say final int a, we are putting this at 10, and again we are making a is equal to, or you know, you're using it in any mathematical operations, then
Like
it's
this?
yeah, a is equal to 10 plus 50.
Yeah. This is also not allowed. Why? Because whatever you do, but at the final stage you are assigning the value to a, right?
Yes, yes. So it's
Means
not.
you are changing the value of a.
Okay.
Okay, so that is not allowed.
Okay, okay.
But what you can do, you can just make use of it. Like I can write here a plus 10.
Okay.
That is allowed because you are assigning the value to b, not to a.
Okay, okay.
Like that.
Okay.
So this is your final variable values here. Okay. So even if it is going to belong to a object, okay, if you have made it a instance variables, okay, like this, whatever we have seen, this one, this belongs to object 3, right? Even if you are going to make it as a final, once the value is assigned, you cannot change this value. That is going to be constant.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so final are usually used for defining the constant values.
Okay.
And similarly, what you can do is, if you want to have a constant value to entire program, and you want it to be shared by all, then you can just use static final.
Okay.
Okay, so what happens? This variable is going to be shared by everyone. It will become like a global.
Right.
Okay, and the value of it is going to be fixed.
Okay.
Like we use pi, right? Usually,
Yeah.
have you heard of this? Pi is equals to 3.147, right? Something like this.
Yeah.
So this is a global constant value, right?
Yes.
Everyone can access this one. So in the same manner, if you want to do it like this, then you can just precede it with the static and final keyword.
Okay. Okay.
Static indicates it is going to belong to a class, so it is shared by all the objects. Okay. Final indicates the value of this variable is going to be constant.
Okay. No.
We are declaring a global constant here.
Okay.
Now we'll see about static in detail again. Okay. So static is a reserved keyword again. Okay. So it is used to represent your class members, as I told. Okay. So it can be used with variables, methods, initializer block, and nested classes. Today we'll see about variables and methods. In the further sections we will be seeing about what do you mean by initializer block and nested classes and all.
Okay.
Okay. So these are going to be shared among all the instances of the class. As I told, all the objects are going to share the static variable, right?
Okay.
So object 1 can see this variable, and object 2 can see this variable. If one is going to alter its value, that is going to be visible to everyone.
Okay. Okay.
And it can be accessed from outside the class, okay, if it is marked as public without an instance of the class. What do you mean by this? I'll explain you. So before that, first understand this example. This is my class, okay, access modifier, class reserved keyword, name of the class, okay, and here you are declaring one instance variable here.
Okay.
Why it is instance? Because you have not preceded with the static keyword here.
Right. Right. Okay.
And the second one is static variable here.
Yeah.
Okay. So here you can see this is not a method, this is called as a constructor actually. Okay.
Okay.
Why it is called as constructor means, just observe the name of the class. This is count. We are having the same name here.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So it is called as a constructor, not a method. It is not having a return type as well. I will also be explaining about constructors and methods in detail again in the further slides. Okay.
Okay.
Here we are just concentrating on what do we mean by static here. That's it. Okay.
Okay.
So here it is a constructor. Inside the constructor, I am just using this counter. Counter is a static variable. Okay.
Yeah.
I am just incrementing this one.
Okay.
Okay. I am using post increment, right? Plus plus operator. We have seen it.
Yeah.
So I am applying that plus plus operator for this variable.
Okay.
Counter plus plus means counter variable value is going to be incremented by 1
Okay.
each time when we are going to call this constructor.
Okay.
Okay. And we are just assigning this value to some instance variable here. That's it.
Okay.
Okay. So here you can invoke, here let us consider one more method here. Okay. you can invoke this static method. This is a static method, right?
Yeah.
So this is my class. So this is my method. How am I calling it as method? You can see this is your access modifier, static keyword, int is the return type, this is the function name, okay, and this is the parameter list. It is having a body with some implementation, some logic in it.
Okay, okay.
Okay. So since it is preceded with a static keyword, so we call it a static method here.
Okay.
Okay. And here you can observe I'm having one more class.
Okay.
Okay. So in this class, this is separate class, this is separate class.
Okay.
Okay. So in this class, I'm having one more method here. Okay. So inside this method, I'm having two instance variables, I mean local variables, because it is declared inside a method, so it is local variable.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. And I am going to call this function.
Okay.
Okay. How can I call this function? Usually we used to create the object. Using that object of this class, we are going to call this function.
Yes.
Okay. But here, since it is a static method, no need to create an object. I can directly use the class name here.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. And then you can call the method here.
Okay.
Okay. So you can call a static method outside the class without using the object.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, that is one more concept here. Okay. So let me explain you with the program itself so that you will understand more clearly. Okay, so you have not installed, you told, right? I mean, you have not downloaded this.
Yeah, not yet.
Okay, once you download it, okay, you are going to get a folder, zipped folder, okay? You just need to unzip that folder for Eclipse, okay? And after you unzip this one, okay, you will just get a list of things over there in that folder, okay? So you just need to go to this particular symbol. You are able to see the symbol, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, you just need to click on the symbol, that is enough. No need to install anything. Okay, you just need to click on the symbol. It will open up like this. Okay, but for the initial step, okay, the initial workbench like welcome screen is going to appear for you for the first time when you are using. Okay, that time you just need to close it or just click on the workbench option at the right side. You will get the workbench option. Okay, just click that one, then it will open up like this.
Okay.
Okay, and after that you need to select the perspective. Okay, so you can see this one, open perspective.
Okay.
Okay, just click on this one. Okay, select which one you want. You want to execute the Java programs, core Java, just go for Java default.
Okay.
Okay, so it will be highlighted here, means you are inside this particular perspective. You can execute Java programs now.
Okay.
Okay, so after this, okay, we had created demo, right?
Yeah.
Let me delete this one. So now this is your package explorer where your all programs or projects, whatever you are going to create, that is going to be visible here.
Okay.
Okay, and this is your program section.
Okay.
Okay, and this is going to be your console window, that is where your output is going to be appeared. Okay, we are not concerned about this outline. Let's just take these things. Okay.
Okay.
So now the first step is you need to create a project here.
Okay.
Just go to File, New, okay, Java project. Okay, just select Java project. Now a pop-up window will appear. Here you need to give a project name. Okay. We can give anything here. Test is already there. Okay, let me give demo again, or demo 1 I'll give. Okay.
Okay.
You can give any name. Okay. And after that, here this will be automatically selected, the execution environment and all.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So, but you have to install the JDK first. Okay. As I told, first you need to install the JDK. Then only your IDEs are going to work.
Okay.
Okay. So if you're having multiple JDKs, then it will give you an option. Either you can select it or automatically whatever it has selected. Okay. Just keep it as it is. Okay. Then nothing is there. You can just click on finish. But for your understanding purpose, I'll show you. If I'm going to click on next, you can see here. It has created a source folder here.
Right. Okay.
Okay. Why I'm using IDE means IDE is nothing but integrated development environment. Okay. So which is going to reduce your work.
Okay.
Okay. All the configurations, what and all is needed, that is going to be created by defaultly by the IDE.
Okay.
Okay. No need for you to worry about anything. You can just concentrate on programming part, logic part, which is going to save your time. Okay. Otherwise also, without using IDE also, you can develop the programs and you can execute the programs. That option also I will show you, okay, afterwards.
Okay.
So, but the best option just to save the time, okay, and execute more programs, concentrate more on logic wise, you are going for the IDEs.
Okay.
So here you can see the hierarchy is going to be created. What and all configurations needed is going to be created automatically.
Okay.
So we are just going to click on finish here.
Okay.
So you can see demo 1 project has been created here. If you expand this one, you will see this. This is our source folder. Okay, this is the JRE environment which we are using.
Okay.
Okay. Here, okay, you can create the packages as well.
Okay.
Or classes. Just right click on this project. Okay. You'll get lot of options. Just go to new. And then now I want to create a class here.
Okay.
I'll just click on class. So this window will appear for a class. Okay. So this is the source folder on which your the class is going to place. And you can also give package here. What do you mean by package and all? We will be seeing in the further slides again. Okay. Now don't worry about this package. Just keep it default. Okay. But we need to give the name of my class. Okay. What is the name of my class? I can just give here like hello world. Okay. You can give any name here. So you can select the modifiers as well. Okay. For classes, only public and default is allowed. Okay. So either any one of them you can select. You can see all these options are there. Which one you want, that you can select. And the superclass interfaces, don't worry about this now only, because we will be seeing about inheritance and all in the further chapters. That time you will come to know. And here it is asking you, do you want to add any of the methods, built-in methods? So I'll just add this one. I'll check mark this one, main function, because main is compulsory for every class, right?
Yeah.
So this syntax needs to be followed. I am telling IDE to insert this one. I don't want to type it. So I'll tell the IDE to generate this one. Now I'll just press on finish.
Okay.
So you can see this has been generated automatically.
Okay.
So no need for me to type everything. Okay. All the basic stuff, whatever is needed, that has been already generated. You just need to concentrate on the logic here.
Okay.
So here what I'll do, I can just write here like system dot out.println.
Okay.
Okay. Let me just type some message here.
Uh-huh.
So that's all. But you need to, you can see here, I'm getting a red mark here, right?
Right. So there's some problem or yeah.
Yeah, it indicates an error is there.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay. Just read that one. It is saying like syntax error, insert semicolon to
Okay.
complete the block statements, because each statement in Java should be ended with a semicolon.
Okay. Okay.
This line. Okay, I have given semicolon now here.
Okay.
Okay, so the error has been gone.
Okay.
Okay. So if you're not getting any red marks means no errors are there.
Okay.
Okay. So now your program is ready to run.
Okay.
Okay. I have not done anything. This class has been created already. Okay. Main function also has been inserted automatically. Okay. Inside this main function, I'm just writing, okay, system.out.println. Why am I going to use this one? Just to print something onto my screen as a output.
Okay.
Okay. So for running this one, you can see the symbol run. Just press on this run button.
Okay.
So you should be able to see the output here.
Okay.
Okay. Let me save this one. Okay.
Now
Okay.
yeah, welcome to Java.
At that time I didn't save it, right? I was simply running it, so it didn't give output. Okay. I just pressed Control S, that is to save, and then just pressed on run, so it is giving the output here.
Okay.
So whatever you have printed here, the entire thing as it is going to be printed onto your output screen.
Okay. Okay.
So this is just a simple example what I told. Okay. So now we'll see some of the programs, okay, for understanding this one, the static variables. Do you want me to show any programming example for for loop, while loop, do while loop and all? Did you understood that one?
Yeah, that is okay. Yeah, I'm familiar with those basics. That's okay. I will practice that more. Yeah.
Okay. So for each and every concept it is there, okay, you can just go through it.
Sure.
Okay, let me take this example itself.
Okay.
So just to save time, okay, I'm just copying this entire thing, okay, and pasting here.
Okay.
Because if I keep on typing everything, the time will go in typing itself, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just a second. I'm just opening the same thing. Instead of PDF, I'm opening the Word. So
Okay.
it will give the fast result.
Okay.
Just remind me once the time is up, okay?
Sure.
Okay. So this is our program,
Okay.
okay? But it is giving error,
Yeah.
right?
Public
So
time.
why it is giving error means, just observe the class name.
Yeah.
So you need to have a same class name, okay, for your file name.
Oh, okay. Hello world you can't have. Okay, okay, okay.
Yes. So this file name and the class name should be same.
Okay.
Okay. I'll just rename this file name itself.
Okay.
Okay. Let me just keep it as short. So
Okay.
now the error has been gone.
Okay.
Okay. So don't worry about this import statement. We will be seeing about that in the further slides. So
Okay.
here consider this is my class. Okay. Inside my class I am having a static variable and a instance variable.
Right.
And this is my constructor.
Okay.
Okay.
It has
What
the
do you
same,
mean by constructor and all? I'll be telling you.
yeah, same name as a class name, so it's a
Yes,
constructor. Okay.
yes, exactly. Constructor is nothing but it is like a special method which is going to have a same name as your class name.
Okay. Okay.
So for every time when you're going to create a object, constructor is going to be called.
Okay.
Okay. So inside this constructor you're performing some operation here, that is pre-increment
Okay.
of these two variables.
Okay.
Then in the main function, as we know, your program execution is going to start from the main function itself.
Okay.
So here you can see inside the main function, first I'm just printing the variable count, and then I am going to print the value of count.
Okay. Okay.
So you can see in the output the value of count is 0.
Okay.
So the initial step when you're going to access the variable, okay, this is going to be accessed.
Yeah.
Okay. And after that, here you are creating a object. How to create a object? Just give the class name, okay, and define any variable name. You can give any variable name here.
Okay.
Okay. Like we used to create int a,
Right.
right? So a is going to be the variable.
Yeah.
Okay. In the same manner, here object 1 is the variable here.
Okay.
And then we used to assign some value here,
Yes.
right? So in the same manner, for this variable, I need to assign some value.
Okay.
So objects are going to be assigned by using the new and constructor call. New is a operator which is used to tell to the compiler saying that, okay, reserve space for me on heap. Okay. How much space it is going to reserve, okay, depends on your instance variables.
Okay.
For this one, okay, what I had explained, A is of type integer, so it occupies 4 bytes of memory.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is going to occupy 4 bytes memory and store 10 inside that memory.
Yeah.
Okay. So but now object is not a single item. It is not going to contain a single item.
Okay.
Object is going to have a copy of the instance variables, right?
Yeah.
So the instance variable, if I'm having a single instance variable, then only the amount of this, like we are having a integer variable, so it is going to occupy 4 bytes.
Okay.
Okay, but if I'm having double variable, okay, so then double occupies 8 bytes, right?
Yeah.
So these two are the copy of your object 1. Each object is going to have a copy of instance variables. Okay.
Oh,
These two together, how much memory it is going to occupy?
12 bytes.
Yes, exactly. Okay. So 12 bytes is going to be allocated for object 1 using new operator.
Okay.
Okay, like that. And then you are calling a constructor here.
Yeah.
Okay. So now control will be transferred here. Okay. This is going to be executed.
Okay.
So what are you doing here? You are pre-incrementing count and a values here.
Okay.
Okay. So after that, okay, you are coming back here again. After executing this one, you are coming back here, and then again you are printing something. What are you printing? Again the value of count you are printing.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So what will be incremented? Count value was 0. When you incremented it, okay, it has become 1.
Yeah. Yeah.
So in the object creation, okay, you call the constructor, your constructor incremented the count value. So when you're going to access it again, okay, since count is a static variable,
Right. Right.
okay, so you can see without object I'm accessing this one, okay, it is giving the value as 1, okay. Similarly, I can also use the object. Here you can see
Okay. Okay.
for instance variable, okay, for instance variable a, I am using the object here, object 1, that is the name of the object, dot a you are calling. Okay.
So you
So the
can
value of
call it directly, or you can call it with that object one dot a. Is that right? If you, I mean, count for count, you do not use object one dot count or anything, right?
is exactly.
Oh.
So for count, no need to use the object here. Count belongs to the class.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So there is no need to use the object. If you use it also, it will give the same result. Okay. But it is unnecessary.
Okay. Okay.
So but outside the class, okay, you are inside the same class itself and you are accessing the members of the same class.
Right.
Okay. So that is okay. But for outside the class, if you want to access these variables, okay, then you just need to use the class name, okay, dot count,
Okay. Okay.
okay, and like object 1 dot a for instance variables.
Okay. Okay.
So here you can see. So when I'm going to access object a,
Okay.
so a value has become 11. It was 10,
Yeah.
right? So since it has incremented after we created the object, so now we are getting the value as 11 here.
Right. Right. Yeah.
So similarly, again I have created one more object here. As I told, a single class can have any number of objects.
Okay.
Okay. So you can see this one. The second object I am creating here, object 2.
Okay.
Different name I am giving, but everything syntax is going to be same.
Okay.
Okay. Again you are calling a constructor here. Okay. Control will be transferred here. It is going to be executed. So what was the value of count? It was 1.
Yeah.
Right. So it is going to be incremented to 2.
Okay.
Okay. So you can see here when I'm going to print this one, the count value. So it has been incremented to 2 here.
Okay.
But when I'm going to execute this next line, that is object 2.a, what value you are getting?
We should get 12, right? because a value was 11, and when
Yes.
it's calling that again, it should increment and then give 12.
Here actually what happens is
Uh-huh.
uh, only static variables are shared.
Yeah, so,
Okay. So
okay,
instance variables are not going to be shared.
okay,
So
okay,
each object is going to have a separate copy, I told.
okay, okay,
Okay. So object 1's value has been incremented earlier. Now we are incrementing object 2's value. Okay. So when you're going to call a constructor, okay, a fresh copy of A is going to be taken.
okay, okay,
So again it is going to be incremented from 10 to 11.
okay, okay.
Okay. So that's what I just meant to say. Static variables are going to be shared by all the objects.
Okay,
So it is going to be incremented from 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, like that.
okay,
Okay.
okay,
But for instance variables, okay, each copy of instance variable is going to be associated with each object separately.
okay,
So
okay,
if one is going to change, the other is not going to be reflected.
okay.
So you understood the concept here, right? How the
Yes,
static and instance variables are going to work.
yeah, got it, got it.
Okay, fine. So this is about this. Next we are having static initializers. So shall we do it now or tomorrow?
We'll do it tomorrow. Tomorrow is holiday, right? Today?
No, not tomorrow. Okay. I mean, for your
Monday.
Monday.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll do
So
it Monday.
Monday, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or else, if you want me to just cover up this particular topic, it belongs to static itself.
Yeah, we can just cover it. It's okay.
Okay. Only one topic is there.
Sure, sure.
So static initializer. Okay. So a class can contain a code in a static block. Okay. That does not exist within a method body. Means example you can see here, this is my class inside which I am having a static variable and this is my static block.
Okay.
Okay. And this is my another class. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So this is my main function. So inside the main function, okay, I'm writing something and I just want to access this I variable. This is
Okay.
a static. Okay. And I'm trying to access this one.
Okay.
Okay. Let me show you with an example itself
Yeah, sure.
so that it will be more clear for you.
Demo dot I. Okay.
Okay. So here you can see this is my static variable, static block.
Okay.
So static initializer block is nothing but a set of statements which are placed in a block. This is my block, right? A
Yeah.
opening brace and a closing brace.
Okay.
And that is going to be preceded with a static keyword.
Okay.
Okay. So that we call it as a static block here.
Okay.
And this is my static variable. That's it.
Okay.
Okay. So here, what am I doing? This is my one class. Okay. Let me save this. So I have renamed it, right?
Yeah. So it's telling DI class. DI class.
Just a second. Let me create a new class.
Yeah.
I'll just give some name. Afterwards, I can replace it.
Okay. Okay, it renamed everywhere. Okay. This is here also. The type demo is
already defined in the same default package. Okay, I'll
oh
just give something
yeah,
else.
the default package name is okay. Demo.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I have many projects here, right? In somewhere I would have defined the same name in the same package.
Okay, okay.
So it gave. So now just understand, this is my class. So this is my static variable, static block. Okay. And this is my another class. Two different classes I'm having. Okay. And this is my main function, inside which, okay, I just want to access the static variable. How can I access? By using the class name.
Yeah, yeah. ss.I. Yeah.
Class name dot I. Okay, like this I can access this one.
Yeah.
Uh, so I think it has struck because nowhere we are using the DI. I have
Yeah.
just renamed it.
Close it and open. Yeah.
I'm just saving it. The same error I'm getting. Okay, I just need to close this Eclipse and I need to reopen. Okay, then I'll get the correct output. Okay,
So what is the output here? So ss.I
I'll
is
I'll show you. I'll show you. So here, so what you need to get here is you're going to get it like, okay, first this is going to be executed.
okay.
Okay. Okay, usually what happens is when you're going to execute a program, okay, when you're going to execute a program, so static block is going to be executed automatically.
Okay.
Okay, so that time what happens here is, so you can see here, this is your class name.
Okay.
Okay, so you have given the same name for your this one, what, for the file,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? The
Class.
file name is same as this one. So here, so control should be given to this particular class's main function.
Right. Right.
Okay. So if I'm not having main function, okay, then only static block is going to be executed.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. But we will not be able to execute this statement. So let me put it like this. I'll just delete this one.
Okay.
Okay, let me put everything in a single,
Yeah.
okay, single class.
Okay.
Yeah, now I'm getting.
Yeah.
Okay. So now you can see this is my class. Okay. This is my static variable, static block I told, and this is my main function I told. Okay. So control is going to start from the main function as we know. Okay.
Yeah.
So first what needs to be executed? This needs to be executed.
Yes.
Right? But in the output you can observe I am getting, yes.
Static code.
Why means implicitly, okay, implicitly when the class is going to be loaded, the static block is going to be executed first.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So after that, control will be transferred to your main function and this is going to be executed.
Got it. Got it. Okay.
That's all. And inside the static block, you can access only static variables. I is a static variable.
Yeah.
Okay. So I can access I inside it.
Okay. Okay. So some other variable, if you define, if it's not static, you cannot use it at all inside your static.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Since I have declared outside as a static variable, so inside the static block I can access only static variables.
Okay, okay.
Okay. So static block is nothing but a block, a set of statements which are placed in a block and preceded with a static keyword. That's it. Okay. And the static initializer block is going to be run, okay, initially for the first time.
Okay, okay.
And it is going to be run only once. That you need to remember. Okay.
Okay.
What is the difference between instance initializer and static initializer? I'll be telling you in the further slides. Okay.
Okay.
So here, just to understand, for the first time itself, when the class is going to be loaded, first static is going to be executed, then control will be transferred to your main function.
Yeah.
Okay. So there are some limitation, as I told. So static, that is, static block can access only static variables and methods.
Okay, yeah.
As I told you. Okay. That is the restriction here. And this and super keywords cannot be referenced. What do you mean by this point? I'll explain you at the end of this class when I'm going to cover these two topics.
Okay, okay.
So this is about your static initializer. In the next class, we'll start with the methods. Okay.
Okay, okay.
If you're having any doubts, you can ask me.
Yeah. Nothing as of now. So yeah, I'll go through the stuff and maybe on Monday we can have at the same time, right? 7 to 8. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, sure.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Bye.
Okay.
Good night.
Good night.